Hey my glam girls, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea, and y'all, I have missed you all. I have missed sitting down in front of the camera, and as many of us know, a lot has been going on and it has gotten to me. It's really broken my heart, but I feel change is coming and I'm excited about that. I'm excited for what is about to happen because I can feel it. I feel it within my spirit that change is really about to come if we stay committed, if we keep fighting for justice, if we keep recognizing that we as a community, as Black people, are here and we need to be seen, we need to be heard. I really feel like change is coming. So with that, I wanted to get back into what I do. And I also felt like one of the ways that I could do my part is just to continue to highlight amazing Black-owned brands that not just focus on Black people, but that are inclusive, but they make amazing products that you might not have heard about, or you've heard about them, but just really didn't, hear enough about them to kind of pique more of your interest. So that's what we're doing today. So I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite Black-owned beauty brands, the products that they make, of course, putting them on my face, and, do a little get ready with me. But before we get into this video, I just want to say thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to spend some time with me. If this is your first time here, I'd love for you to stick around and subscribe to my channel and join the Glam Girl Squad. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much for coming back, for constantly supporting my channel with all of your likes and your comments. It really does mean a lot to me. So let's get into this video. So I love beauty oils, love them. And so one of my favorite Black-owned brands is Range Beauty. They have this Bali Full Body Glow Oil, and it's so beautiful. It is a shimmery oil, but it's not, the shimmery particles are not so apparent that it looks like that on your face. You honestly just have a beautiful glow after using it. I like to use this oil when I'm wearing foundations that are a little more matte, because this oil definitely softens them up. The oil does absorb into the skin, so you don't feel like you're looking like a tin man all day, and it's just really beautiful. So that's what I'm putting on first. Then I'm gonna go in with the Range Beauty True Intentions Bronzing Primer. So this primer could really replace the glow oil. So if you were looking for like more of a hydrating primer, and you're like, I want a hydrating primer, do I need the oil and the primer? No. I like oils. I like to use it also like on my chest and then add a little highlight on it. So I find purpose for the oil and the primer. But the primer itself is so hydrating. It has in the name bronzing primer, but it's not going to like leave your skin bronze. So if you're extremely fair, you will be able to use this primer and not feel like you're gonna look too bronze. If you are very deep in complexion, once again, it's not gonna leave a white cast because the bronzer is not bronzer. It's not a darker color. It's just more of a hydrating primer that leaves your face with a nice glow. My favorite product from Range Beauty by far is their foundation. So this is the Range Beauty True Intentions Hydrating Foundation. I have mine in the shade Rio. Their foundations range from very fair to extremely deep. I love that they have an array of undertones. So you're going to have your neutrals, you're going to have your olive. So for instance, the shade Rio, which is what I wear, it has an undertone of deep tan olive. They have peachy undertones. They have neutral undertones, like deep neutral undertones. They really did such a great job with their undertones. This foundation is $21. The primer is $18, and the glow oil is $16. So one thing about Range Beauty that I really do enjoy is that the brand was created for two major reasons. The brand owner, Alicia, felt like a lot of cosmetic companies were making these cosmetic products with a lot of chemicals in them that just weren't good, especially for sensitive skin with eczema and other type of irritants that are easily irritated by toxic chemicals that we do find in common makeup. So she wanted to create a brand that was free of that would be very good for skin that has issues like eczema, and then skin that doesn't, but we just want to use better products for our skin. Also, she works in the fashion industry, and she realized that when she would go to a photo shoot, the darker skinned models a lot of times had to bring their own makeup kits because the makeup artist would not have shades deep enough for them. And so she wanted to create a brand that had inclusive shades for all skin types. So she started out with $150 and started her brand. Amazing story. You should definitely look into it. This foundation is by far, if I had to rank this might be my favorite foundation I've discovered all year long. And if you've watched any of my videos recently, I have some loves that are very expensive, but this foundation is just amazing. So I love the glow that it gives me. Even if I didn't put down the primer and the glow oil, this does leave a nice fresh look to the skin. I feel like this foundation is not overly dewy. I would say this foundation has a nice satin finish. If you do have oily skin, I would just recommend using your mattifying primer and then of course setting it with a powder. But this foundation does wear very well throughout the day. I've worn this foundation for 10 plus hours and it stays. And when it does fade, it fades very naturally. So you're not looking patchy. It's not clumping up together. You're not getting these, pockets of just foundation missing from your face that would make your face look obviously worn. They formulated this product so well. Now, if you're not sure of which foundation shade to choose, if you are interested in purchasing this foundation, the company does provide samples, which I think is very great. So you can order samples for $2, so you can purchase a couple of shades so you don't have to worry about, spending too much money and not getting the right shade. On to concealer, Juvia's Place. So Juvia's Place is another one of my favorite Black-owned brands. I think Juvia's Place does their eyeshadows just phenomenally. They are so good. But in the past couple of years, they've come out with complexion products. So this concealer is so full coverage. Like, you do not need a lot. Like, I've probably already put on too much with what you see here. I wear the shade J13. I do like that it does blend out very well. Y'all see that? Stress. Oh, she is coming here to steal all of my joy. But anywho, I really do enjoy this concealer. It does also have more of like a satin finish, so it's not overly matte. Next, we are moving on to powder. So Range Beauty has a powder that I really do enjoy. This is their Smooth Out Translucent Setting Powder. And the shade that I wear is the shade called Golden Light. So the powder retails for $16 and it comes in 4 shades. So this powder is lightweight. It has a demi-matte finish. It's going to be very silky smooth, like the powder is milled very finely. There is no flashback ever with their powders, and it's 100% cruelty-free. And the brand always, I forgot to say this in the beginning, but the brand will never have any parabens, talc, sulfate, phthalates, or synthetic dyes or fragrances within any of their products. So you don't ever have to worry about that. It's not overly drying, but this is a good mattifying powder, if that makes sense. So it's going to mattify the skin, but it's not gonna dry your skin out to where your skin then starts producing too much oil because your skin feels parched and dehydrated. So now I'm gonna go in with a powder brush and set the rest of my face with the same powder. Okay, so on to blush. So Mented Cosmetics is another Black-owned brand, and they make really beautiful products. So I have a foundation by them, and I have their blushes and some of their lipsticks. So we have 4 blushes. We have Clay Too Much. I actually use this blush as a bronzer, so I'll be using that today. But here is the blush color. Really beautiful, smoothly formulated powders. Very pigmented, but of course, if you go in with a lighter hand, if you're someone who doesn't like, very vibrant blushes, you can definitely control that. Here is the next shade, which is right here, called Peach for the Stars. Love this. Love me a good orangey blush. Then we have this one shade called Buried Away, and I think this shade is beautiful in the winter months because I like to wear more berry tone colors then. So there's that. And then lastly, we have the shade called Pinky Promise, which reminds me of your NARS Orgasm. So that beautiful pinky, peachy type of color. I'm gonna go in with the shade called Clay Too Much as my bronzer. So this bronzer shade, it's really a blush shade, but it works as a bronzer for me. It's more of like it's a little red in tone. And so I like it because I look more bronze, and it does leave a hue on my skin tone that makes it look like I've been in the sun. So I don't look burned, but I definitely do look bronze. If you are of a deeper complexion, then this would be a nice neutral type blush shade on you. Then for blush, I'm going in with, let's go in with Peach for the Stars for blush. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you in closer so we can do the eyes. So recently I've started using a Kohl liner to kind of carve out the shape of the eye look that I wanna do. And I've really been enjoying it. So I'm gonna go in with my Pat McGrath Perma Gel Eye Kohl liner in the shade Black Coffee. So it's a beautiful dark brown color. And still working on my technique here, but I really have been enjoying doing this, and I do find that it kind of helps me create the base for this smoky look. And I do see how it can cut down the time spent on doing an eye look. I'm going in with my Sonia G pencil brush, and I'm just blending in this Kohl liner. And as you can see, this Kohl liner blends in beautifully, and it's already giving me shape that I want for this eye look. So now I'm gonna go in with some Dubious Place palettes. I love Dubious Place eyeshadow palettes. Let's go in with this shade right here from the Chocolates palette. And going in with a Rephr 01 brush, I'm just going to start blending that in my transition area and then into the crease. Y'all, I'm gonna get my brows done soon. I cannot wait. Then I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, and going in with my Rephr 13 brush, I'm going to start packing that shade right here. So not on the very outer corner of the eye, more so towards the outer corner, but not in this space right here. And I'm using a smaller brush because I just want to make sure I'm concentrating this color where I want it, and then also being able to ensure that I'm keeping the color on the lid versus blending too far up. Then let's go in this nice chocolate shade and using the same brush, and I'm going to put that color on this very outer edge of the eye so that we can add some depth to this look, and trying to be careful to just keep that color right here. Now let's go into the Nudes palette, and we're going to go in with the shade right here, taking my Sonia G Worker Pro brush and applying that to the space that is left on my lids. Going back in with the chocolate shade right here, and going back in with my Rephr 13 brush and just kind of blending along the edge of the shimmer shade so that those two shades look a little more blended together and not just so harsh. Then going in with this shade right here from the Nudes, we're going to go in with the Rephr Worker Pro brush, flipping it on the other side. And this is more of like a shimmer topper. So I want to add that like right here, just to add a little more pop and dimension to this look. The lower lash, going back in with this color and starting along kind of the middle of the lower lash line and working that in, blending that towards the inner corner. Then going in with that deeper shade right here, same brush, and concentrating that on the outer corner and blending it with the upper lash line. And for the inner corner, going back in with this sort of topper shade. Using this just to add a little bit of life, a little bit of pop. I'm gonna finish off my eyes, do my brows, and come back in for highlight, lip, and then we'll be done. Eyes and brows are done. Let's finish off this face, lips, and then we'll be done. So for highlight, going in with Range Beauty. So they have these dual eye and highlight loose powders. So I have mine, I have two of them. I have them in the shade Frosé and then Golden Hour. These are such beautiful pigments, and when I say they pack a punch, I'm talking they pack a punch. You need the littlest amount, and when I say littlest amount, a lot of times I will go in with what's in the cap, and that's still too much. I mean, it's just amazing. So for this, I actually think I want to take a little bit of Golden Hour, which is amazing on deep chocolate skin. Go to their page and see it on various skin tones. So beautiful. So I'm just gonna take just a little bit of that, of this shade, and I'm gonna put it right here. Along the lower lash line. Look at that, so pretty. And I'll just swatch some on my arm so you can get a better look at it. So here is Golden Hour. Stunning Frosé. Beautiful. Beautiful highlight and eye shades. So I think I want to put on, I think I want to do Frosé on the face as my highlight. So literally just going in with what's in the cap, because that's all I ever need. And just wrapping this around. And that, y'all see that? So pretty. So now onto lips. I'm going in with lipsticks by Mented Cosmetics. So I purchased this trio, which I think is a really beautiful trio, and you get to get 3 of their most popular lipsticks. So we have Dope Taupe, which is this shade right here. So we have Dope Taupe right here, which is one of my favorites. Then we have Nude La La, which is a beautiful shade as well. And then Mented number 5, which is a beautiful, deep, rich chocolate shade right here. And one of the things that I enjoy about Mented's lipsticks is that when they say nude, they're actually talking about and creating nude shades for various complexions. So not just beige as nude, but literally nude for a range of complexions that are going to fit no matter if you are deep, rich, and chocolate or if you are more fair. So, and then of course, everything in between. So I want to go in with a combination of Mented number 5, this deep, rich shade, and place that along the outer corners of my lips. And then I'm going to go in with Dope Taupe. And guys, this is my finished look. I am very happy with how everything looks. I'm like loving this chocolatey smoky eye with this chocolate lip, but I truly enjoy all of these products that I've used here today. And like I said, I just wanted to highlight some Black owned brands that I truly enjoy, and highlighting the products that I think work very well for me and those products that I think could work for you as well. I have more products from other Black owned brands, so I'm gonna keep creating these types of videos, and the more I come across other types of products from other types of brands, I will definitely share them with you, because just like we're going to invest our money into other types of brands, we need to make sure that we are investing our money into our communities and our brands as well, and that other people are being made aware of these amazing products that are created by us. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you have any questions about the products that we talked about today that I did not answer for you guys. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye guys.